As I said in my very first cooking video, the first thing you got to do is to get all your ingredients together. And now I'm going to make another under $2, under 5-minute super recipe of my favorite, I don't know if you call it a soup or a stew or what, but I'm going to call it cream of leek soup. Okay? So here's what we're going to put in it. Onions I'm going to chop up. These green things called leeks or poireaux in French. I'm going to chop these up. And then, while some people put in flour, I have a secret ingredient. I go and buy a soup on sale. Only 50 cents for this. 50 cents. So I'm going to make the soup out of this. A lot of steps before I get to that. Then here's, as usual, butter. And I'm going to use half this butter for my frying stuff. So here's what we're going to do first. First of all, we're going to cut and dice onions. You can use any kind of onions you want. Red ones, white ones, green ones. And you're going to cut them in little pieces. And then I'm going to fry them and caramelize them. Now, this whole process, this whole soup is going to take 5 minutes, but I'm not going to count cooking time, okay? The time that it cooks all by itself, that isn't part of our 5 minutes. All right, now I'm done with the onions, and I'm going to throw them in. Ooh, here's what you shouldn't do, is cut your butter with the same knife you used for onions, because the butter is going to taste of onions after that, but so what? I'm not talking about the butter I use to cook. That should taste of onions, but the butter that's left is going to have a little oniony taste. But don't worry about it. This is going to be the most delicious soup you've ever seen. Now, I throw that butter in there. The water is boiling. And next, I'm going to cut this wonderful leeks. All right, now, when I cut the leeks, I bought these yesterday, and they were not wilted. But today, the tops are a little wilted, so I'm just going to throw them out. And now I'm going to cut these nice leeks into little bitty pieces to put in the soup, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, cream of leek soup. Okay, that's what we're going to call it. Now, I believe in doing stuff fast, so what I'm going to do, you see, I pie them all up. Some people do them one at a time. Not me, man. I want to cook here fast. Okay, now the bottom part, you got to cut separately because that has a little dirt in it. But let's chop up all these leeks into little pieces. Oh, what fun. And a nice sharp knife is always helpful. Look at how easy it is with a sharp knife. Just think what it would be with not a sharp knife. Okay. You carefully put it into the frying pan. See, wow. Now there's sloppy stuff where you spill half it on the floor. Nope. You cut it and throw it in the frying pan so it gets nice and brown and caramelized. Now, remember I told you the bottom might have some dirt in it. So, you cut it lengthwise like this, see? Boom. And, oh, look at that, no dirt. Great, great. No dirt. Wow. That's beyond my fondest expectations. Can you see here? Look, look. No dirt. If it was dirt, it would be nice and black. But this is going to be cream of leek with no dirt. Okay. So, remember how I cut them all at once before? Same process. Little, nice little cuts. Boy, I could go a lot faster, you know, like one of them Japanese chefs in the fancy restaurants, but I don't want to cut my fingers off, so I'll just do it the slow way. I hope I don't go over my 5 minutes. Oh, you know what? I better set my timer, huh? Yeah. Without a timer, we won't know. But that would be cheating if I set it for 5 minutes. No, I think I'll set it for 4 minutes. Okay, oh wow. Got an awful lot of leeks here. But the nice thing is, when you make leeks or cabbages or most stuff, it melts down quite a bit. So I'm gonna chuck this in the pot. See how cleverly I do it? I take the whole thing over and I dump it in the pot here. Wow, this is gonna be good. Now you think this is a lot, right? I'm gonna show you the pan. It's really a lot of stuff in it. But when we reopen the camera, you're gonna see how much this has boiled down. Okay, so we're gonna come back in a few minutes when it's cooked. Now, I'm gonna just have a few seconds of me stir frying this stuff. See, it's quite a lot. It's about 3 times more than I need, but it's gonna cook down. Now watch what I do now. This is my secret ingredient. You know, we're in Europe, so I'm gonna use Classico Huile d'Olive Vierge Extra. And I'm going to measure very carefully. Watch this. See, I don't just dump it in any old way. I really measure. Yeah, I'm only kidding. I don't measure at all. That's the secret of good cooking, is you don't measure. Here, I wouldn't say this is the best brand. This is El Cheapo I got at the chain store, but who cares? Okay. Question is this going to be delicious or is it going to be delicious? Everything I cook is always delicious because I am the master chef. Now, the pan was very full. I could get nothing else in it. But now that it's cooked down a little bit, well, I've got some more leeks, so I'm going to cut them up and throw them in. And now I got to decide what I'm going to put in for spices, because I haven't really thought about that up until now. Now, one of the old favorites that I always use, I'm going to take out and surprise you with in a minute. But look at how expertly I cut all this stuff. Wow. Could you do that as well? Yeah, probably. You better. But anyway, here we are with another big pile of leeks. Or poireau. What do they call it in Italian? Don't know? Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, now here's my secret spice. Woo! Don't tell anybody. This is a secret recipe. I don't want anybody to know what I'm doing. It's called Maggi aroma. But I'm not going to put too much in. I'm just going to put in enough to give it a little taste. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to... And you can never use too much butter. Where's my butter? Ah, here it is. You can never have too much butter in your whatever you're making. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're making. Scrambled eggs or hamburgers or leek soup. Butter is the magic ingredient that makes everything taste yummy. Okay. Woo! This is so much it's going to overflow the pan. Okay. See, now you're going to think I'm a magician because look at how much stuff is in this pan. It was overflowing before, it's overflowing again, and now we're going to put in all kinds of good stuff. Okay. Well, now we're just going to rest and let it cook. But here's another secret ingredient. I'm going to be making this into kind of the soup that all my brown stuff goes into. Now here's something that only a master chef can do. I'm going to cut this thing here. Try not to drop it. Yep. Look how expertly I did that. Look. Now this powder I'm going to expertly put into some water I've already prepared, kind of boiling. It says put it in cold water, but I don't have time to do what they tell me on the package. I just do it my own way. And that's that. And now, the only thing left to do is to combine the fried browned leeks with a little bit of onions and a little bit of Maggi sauce. And I'm going to put that into the soup. And that's the next thing I'm going to do. You hear that sizzle? Oh, the sizzle is the secret. Yeah, some people come to a restaurant to eat steak, but I just come for the sizzle. I love to hear that sizzle. Oh, can you smell that? Oh my God, it's pure heaven, pure heaven. Okay, look at all this stuff. See how it's going down? Remember how this pot was overflowing? Well, now it's getting much smaller. And when it gets a lot smaller than this, I'm going to combine it with this delicious packaged soup that I got. And you're going to see, oh, I'm going to do one other thing before I do that. My camera director, he's going to object strenuously. But I'm going to put in either yogurt or cream fresh. Cream fresh is like a unique something you get only in France, cream fresh. And I'm going to put that in at the end. I'm going to put cold cream fresh in the hot soup so that it cools it off and I can eat it right away. I don't have to wait for it to cool. Oh, wow. So right before I combine the delicious fried poireau or leek, right before I combine it, I'm giving it a little stir. And I'm going to, after I put it in, I'm going to put a little soup in to catch the brown. Here, can you see that brown? Yeah. To catch the brown glaze. And then I'm going to put a slice of delicious cheese on it. And I wish I could share it with you guys, because I know you're watching it and I know you're ravenously hungry. I think I'm about ready to combine it. Here we go. Here comes the moment of truth. Combining all this wonderful roux with the soup. Boy, this doesn't happen every day. I made this soup just for the recipe. Now, when I talk about the cost, well, the total cost is going to be about $4 for the soup, the package, the everything. But remember, I'm going to serve 2 or 3 people, so that's going to bring the cost down to about $1.50 or €1.50 per person, which I think is pretty good for a healthy, nutritious. Now, this is a vegetarian meal. I don't always make vegetarian meals, but it just turned out that way. Now, here comes one of my big secrets. I'm going to take soup, see, ooh, and I'm going to later combine the soup with what I have in the pan here, see? See how nice and brown that is? Wow, really good. Okay, the next scene you're going to see is me combining the cheese with the soup. Okay. Now the final touch, the master stroke I call it, is I take this raclette cheese, see, and then I take the rind off of it because, I don't know, maybe you like rind, but I don't like rind so much. So I just cut this rind off. The rind is on 3 sides. Ooh, a little more rind here. Oh, there we go. Oh, no more rind. Now I'm going to put one beautiful slice on every cup of soup. But before I do that, I'm going to open my cream fresh. Cream fresh. Now watch this. Here comes the magic touch. Okay, can you see way over here? I don't mind. Well, I bring the camera over. That's all right. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take some soup. Maybe I'll just do the sample. Should we do a sample first and not the full? Yeah, we'll just do a sample, okay? So here comes the sample. Now you notice I don't clean the spoon because I like a mix of flavors, eh? I put this in here, and I put a piece of onion on top. I don't mean onion, I mean soup, fish. I don't mean raclette cheese. Now I'm gonna put a little more hot soup on it to melt that cheese, and you're gonna experience, I call this, I'm gonna sit down because I can't start to eat this wonderful soup without sitting down. Right, okay. Whew. Okay. Here comes the moment of truth. Yep. I take a little tiny bit with the cream to make it, cool enough to eat. Okay, got it? Oh, God. Another under $5 meal that will help you live to be 112. Thank you. Make this yourself. So easy. 5 minutes. Done.